Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Peace Dealer, Moon in Capricorn, Sun in Sagittarius. And this is the second house to the Sun transit that will effectively manifest the superpowered capability and nature of this new magical vision and perspective and cycle we have initiated. I hope you took into account the synchronization and the nature of synchronicities that facilitated a lot of what you saw. There's so much more in light of your subconscious brilliance that will be made more real now that we are now functionally manifesting the intangible natures of this vision very tangibly. Okay, this is gonna be so fucking powerful, guys. Congratulations in advance. This is going to give you something to hold on to move forward in this transit with. Imagine if you activated a new magical journey and adventure, and just like every magical adventure, not an adventure, a magical adventure, you always start off this adventure with a sacred item or a magical item. If you're playing Link, it's a sword. If you're playing Harry Potter, it's a magic wand. You know, this relative, you follow Bleach, it's going to be whatever object that you can draw full bring energy from. But other than that, this is going to be a value you stand on when it comes to the integrity of your vision, or literally something physical that you practically manifest as a item, tome. This could be a symbol that will represent how powerfully what you're bringing into reality is. That's just an example. It doesn't have to be like that. But what we do want to formally highlight is the nature of Capricorn being the second house of Sagittarius, okay? And Sagittarius rising, Sagittarius suns have superpowers in that your second house is what you have. And Capricorn is a superpower. It's all power. It's collective God power. So if you have Capricorn, in the second house, then you have almighty God powers. And just look at Sagittarius. They manifest shit so quick. It's really down more to how seriously they're willing to work and take action to, handle this higher intensity of competence and efficiency to literally drive in this victory and success. But of course that comes with a lot of stress, and that's what you're going to feel into with the Pluto in Capricorn aspect. So I just have to emphasize how gangster this is, y'all. Okay, we just started this new moon cycle, and so it's very crucial that you understand the practical grounding and footing needed to really bring into fruition this vision. Okay, so you have the activation cycle of this new moon in Sagittarius, moon in Capricorn, and moon in Aquarius. Okay, and be very mindful, because when it comes to expressing elements of the truth, it's very easy for people to pretend like they want to hear you out or pretend like they want to talk, but they really just want to express more their philosophy. They really don't care about hearing you out. They really just want to, even in polite or well-meaning ways, dismiss the truth you speak so that they can, instead of taking accountability for the cognitive dissonance that comes with them being unable to accept certain elements of truth, try and almost guilt trip you for maintaining the aspects you do. And this is where you just kind of maintaining the truth will now poke holes in that fake expression and start to reveal more true colors inadvertently without you even trying, because of how real your integrity is. This is where you don't get afraid of people who threaten you with false ultimatums. I like to say moon in Cancer is gaslighting, moon in Libra is character assassination, moon in Capricorn is false ultimatums. Do this or this. And the way you get through that is suck my dick. Like, I don't have to do either. You're not going to do. You can call people on their bluff more than ever, because the Sagittarius Sun will help you see through that, especially with the square. With the Sag to Neptune squares, there's gonna be a lot of hot fire and air where you have people threatening more to give the visual impetus of fear, but they're not backing it up at all. This is where with the Mars and Gemini, you could just call it back out. You could just be like, you ain't gonna do shit, bitch. Like Mars and Gemini is you saying you ain't gonna do shit, and being able to back up in case they do something and not back down regardless, okay? Because they're not gonna do shit, trust me. This is really just all, Wizard of Oz mechanics, trying to appear more, threatening than you are, and just staying aligned with who you are will help you dodge and avoid so much BS. And not that you're here to avoid stuff, but just, get through this. But I have to emphasize once again the significance here of what you're grounding. The activation cycle with the Sag, Moon in Cap, and Moon in Aqua, by Moon in Aqua prepares us for the quarter square in Pisces. It's going to be so magically adept in changing your perception. The strengthened quality of Moon in Aquarius will give you total knowledge with the Moon and Saturn of what this vision you have created is. So elements of your vision you still don't know, don't worry, you're literally walking that step. The purpose of this new moon in Sagittarius was to give you understanding of the vision so that you can point in the right direction. Sagittarius said, ooh, we're gonna go there. Because Sagittarius answers the question, where? And so Capricorn is now you starting to move in that direction. Moon in Capricorn is you starting to understand how to manifest the practical actions towards the direction of which you want to go to. Be very careful of ad hominem fallacies, red herring fallacies, straw man fallacies. A lot of people are stupid as fuck. Like they cannot argue if their life depended on it. They cannot make sound logical arguments. At most, they just argue premises, never make conclusions. And the reason why this is significant is when people cannot appeal to your logic, because these idiots do not know shit, they will try and appeal to your heart. Be very wary of people who insult your intelligence and try and go towards pathos without balancing it with any logos. People who appeal to your emotions and say things that on the surface sound true, but aren't based in any reality. You know what I'm saying? They show you the vision with Sag and the Pisces, empathy, but there's no Virgo in the chart. So there's no real instance where this actually plays out. It's just meant to deceive you, influence you. Be willing to call out said fallacies, align with this integrity, because the moon in Capricorn is going to take fantastical elements of your vision and kind of just reality check you and be like, hey, I know you want to go there, but do you really want to go there? Or are you just fantasizing about going there? Here are real practical steps you can take towards heading in this direction. So be willing to, not get so warped in your ego that you kind of get perturbed because certain things don't play out the way you want to. What this is really doing is it's making real the supernatural aspects of this heightened sense of your consciousness, so that, and this is my favorite part of this transit, especially if you're a Capricorn moon, especially a Capricorn moon's born in the 90s, or just any of you born in the 90s with Uranus or Neptune in Capricorn. Okay, what this is gonna do effectively is make tangible the breakthrough of your superpowers. So every time we've had this moon in Capricorn transit in cardinal signs, from Aries to Libra, and in mutable signs, right? This has prepared us to use an element of our abilities that have recently evolved. But now we've finally broken through into the next level, and you have yet to actually use your ascended abilities until now. Utilization of your ascended superpowers, I might call that, or abilities, where you are practically coming into the understanding moon of utilization, Capricorn, of the manifestation, second house to the Sag sun, of the ascension of your spirit, Sag sun. That's just science, baby. And so this is where you snap your fingers with an intent and you start to see it happen. And this is going to now, from moon in Capricorn to moon in Taurus, integrate this manifestation of value through the power you're bringing into form, and integrate this in an innovative way to sustain this into your lifestyle with Uranus supernaturally. Let's get it, baby. This is where, for those of you now, this is not for the lighthearted. This is a controversial field that requires a strong mind, because weak-minded people get very frustrated when you talk about this, since it challenges the shit out of their beliefs. Someone who's strong-minded and secure in themselves enjoys when their beliefs are challenged, because they don't attach their identity to their beliefs. So if their beliefs are challenged, they might be wrong. Then they can change their mind or learn something new. People who live a lie, or people who aren't real, because something that's real can't be threatened, are constantly in fear of being exposed because of the cognitive dissonance that rules their literal existence. So when their beliefs are threatened, they start to cancel people. They start to get really angry. They start to get really threatened. And it's nothing that you should demonize these people for. These people are mentally ill. They have serious problems. They're the ones that need help the most. You're supposed to look at this thing and this behavior that's exhibited, which most of is related to demonic possession and demonic activity, so that you can see the effects of your authenticity, or of the authenticity being projected, period, that's having a lot of these people show more of their true colors. Because even in the way that they deal with conflict, there's no integrity in it. There's no integrity in it. And they have to kind of make excuses. And of course, we're in a day and age where, bad is seen as good and good is seen as bad. So, I hope you're enjoying, because this shit is biblical. But other than that, this is also empowering, because this understanding is going to move you forward in the complete breakthrough of the power balance that you have long since overcome. Now you're starting to see more of the real effects of people who forever have looked down on you. This is not about proving yourself to people. This is not about, oh, you look down on me. This is just factually speaking a power balance that has shifted. The reason why this has a lot to do with status collectively is a lot of the protocol and social normative behavior that influenced how people see status back 20 years ago, and what was cool is literally the opposite now. And so for those of you who maintained authenticity and didn't try and change up to be cool, now you're coming into your flowers. Now you're coming into your authenticity at the expense of people who promoted these toxic messages of trying to be cool because you have cars, looks, beauty, and the millions of people who followed it because they have no identity, and so they have to follow these losers while they're thinking they're cooler than others, even though that's what makes them a loser. Even if they have designer clothes or they know the right people, these people are just fucking stupid. So this is literally breaking through, and it can make some of you a target, because what a lot of you are realizing is some of you don't have to spend hundreds of thousands of dollars on makeup or jewelry or cars to still give the same effect that all these people who have had to spend thousands of dollars trying to look the part can barely pull off. There's this sense of status that all these people's money and connections can't have them get for real. Like, they can at best just fake the part. But you, just looking crusty straight out of bed, you naturally have this regal essence. You don't have to act the part. You're not even trying to be a king or a queen. This is just your character. And whereas you might not see it as anything, it irks these people. You feel this sense of jealousy collectively, because these people, in a very collective sense, have idolized their entire existence trying to be like you. And here's you just being you, and there's nothing they can do. So claim that power. Moon and Capricorn is saying claim that power. Do not let what you see in the 3D blind you. Okay, your five senses, and shout out to an Instagram page, I think Manifesting Lifestyle. I saw this on Instagram. It's an amazing diagram. Your five senses are five different people that generate a report for your conscious mind. Your conscious mind gives that report to your subconscious. Your subconscious doesn't have eyes, so it believes your conscious mind in its report implicitly. And then there's a time lag for the subconscious to manifest that in your 3D. If you don't have to ignore your senses, but you have to edit that report your conscious tells your subconscious, no matter what your senses tell you in 3D, so that your subconscious can believe you and you can create that. Popular quote from Neville Goddard: assumptions, though false, if you persist, become real. This is an application of that with the moon in Capricorn, where a lot of what you've been visualizing and impressing on your subconscious, you'll already start to see come real. And in this understanding, it'll let you know through the moon high priestess synchronicities what steps and where to move forward. For those of you who are ready for practical insight and understanding of how to take this ascension to the next level in terms of manifesting actual superpowers through your body, the Pluto moon will awaken this completely as you purge feelings that do not align with who you truly are. Godspeed, ladies and gentlemen. Peace.